Right, how I healed my gut, and more specifically, IBS. Hi guys, if you don't know who I am, my name is Will. I had IBS for like 8 years. I'll show some pictures of what I looked like before and what I look like now, just to show you the difference. And I struggled with everything you can think of: abdominal pains, bloating, brain fog, nutrient deficiencies, even some skin issues as well. And in order for me to get to the point where I was and where I am now, I had to read loads of books, I had to watch videos, podcasts, studies to really understand what the problem was, because no one really understood. No doctor was telling me, no one could really tell me what the issue was. So I had to kind of figure it out myself. And over years, I was able to create a framework which I now help other people use to heal as well. So I just want to show you guys the 10 major pillars which could be the root cause of why you're experiencing issues. And I always encourage people to try and identify which one is the major one for them, or if it's a couple that are issues for them, and then go out and learn how to do that, which I can help you with, of course. This is also why I preach a holistic, comprehensive approach to treating IBS, because it's usually not just one thing. All these things interact, and a lot of time people say, oh, I've changed my diet, I'm not seeing improvements. Well, yeah, you've done one pillar, but you need to be doing these other areas as well. But the diet is always a good start, and you need to make sure that your diet is in a great position. Well, it doesn't need to be perfect, of course, but make sure you're removing the main irritants, main inflammatory food, because otherwise, then if you try to work on these areas, it's just going to be a lot harder. So remove the major inflammatory foods. You don't need to go crazy restrictive like carnivore and keto, but yeah, I mean, you can do it, but it's not necessary in my opinion. So make sure your diet is good. The next thing you want to make sure is good is your gut bacteria. And you may have heard of this before, about your gut microbiome and how important it is. And for a lot of people that have gut issues or IBS, a lot of the time they have something called gut dysbiosis, which just means an imbalance of gut bacteria. And there are 3 major types of gut dysbiosis, and usually people get it from consuming antibiotics. Antibiotics is overprescribed these days, and it just wreaks havoc on your gut, destroying any diversity, any good bacteria you have, leaving you with dysbiosis and then potentially causing some issues. And just to let you know, guys, a lot of these stuff interact with each other. You know, the gut bacteria can affect the gut lining, that can then affect your motility, your acid, whatever it may be. The next one is gut motility, which pretty much just means how fast or slow the stool is moving through you. And this can cause some issues if it is wrong. A lot of people are not going enough. You know, you have to be going 1 to 2 times a week for good digestive health, not a couple times a week. The next one is your gut lining. You guys might have heard of the term leaky gut, and if you don't, then I can talk about that in another video that I will be posting. But essentially just means there is an issue with the mucosal layer, which is the first layer of your stomach. And when there's an issue with that, you know, certain proteins can then go into the bloodstream, and then that's known as leaky gut. But that can cause many issues like bloating and whatnot. So you have to make sure that your gut lining is intact. Your gut lining, you know, hasn't got, on a very basic level, these holes. You get, you know, an increase in permeability in your cells, in the tight junctions, and that can cause issues. The next thing is digestive enzymes. Now, your pancreas will release digestive enzymes to help digest food. So a lot of people who have a dairy intolerance don't produce enough lactase, which is the enzyme to break down lactose, which is the protein found in dairy. So if you are struggling with that, then it might be because you're not producing enough digestive enzymes. Stomach acid. Now, if your stomach acid is too low or not acidic enough, you will then have gut issues or IBS related symptoms. Now, the stomach needs to be at a pH of 1 to 3, and you need to be able to producing enough of it. And if you're not, then again, issues. And some major reasons why you're not producing enough stomach acid, it might just be because you're not getting enough nutrients to actually produce enough. It might be because you're just aging and stomach acid production goes down when you age. It might be because you have a history of PPIs and acid suppressing drugs, which, by the way, guys, they don't sort out the root cause. They might be okay for short term, but long term can do some real damage to your stomach acid. And if that is the case, then you definitely have low stomach acid and you need to be getting that up. Also a root cause for acid reflux as well. And a lot of people think with acid reflux they have too much stomach acid, but a lot of the time it's too low. Again, I'll do another video going over that. Right, which one are we on now? 7, 6, 6? No, 7. All right, the next one is bile production and flow. Bile production is very, very important for digesting fats. It's released by the liver, and it helps you digest fats. So if you're not got enough bile, enough good bile flow, you're going to struggle to digest fats. Bile is also antimicrobial, so it helps fend off any bad bacteria as well. So it's really, really important to look after the liver. this kind of just coincides with liver health. You need to be looking after your liver as well. The next one is very simple. It's just hydration and electrolytes. A lot of people aren't hydrated enough. And again, a lot of these things can affect others. So your hydration is, of course, going to affect your motility. It could also affect your gut lining maybe as well. So an electrolytes just means you're getting your potassium and your sodium and your calcium, maybe your magnesium as well. So different electrolytes, but you want to make sure you're getting enough. The easiest way is just to put some unrefined salt in water. That's what I do anyway. The next one, which arguably for some of you is probably the most important one, you could be doing every single thing, you're taking great diet, great supplements, great lifestyle, but if your mental and emotional health is in the bin, then you're going to still experience gut health and IBS symptoms. So you want to really be looking after your mental health, your emotional health. You can't be, staring at a screen all day in a really bad environment. Stress alone can cause your bacteria to struggle. It can then struggle your motility, struggles with your stomach acid, and then that can cause gut lining. So all of these things interlinked, and stress and emotional health are really, really important. Lifestyle foundation is the one that I've added here. I didn't know if I should add this one, but I do think it's really important. You can be doing all of these things, but if you're not sleeping enough, if you're not seeing sunlight, if you're not doing the absolute foundational stuff, being social, stuff like that, that of course can affect the gut health and IBS. So hopefully that makes sense for you guys. Those are the 10 major pillars where I think if you have an issue somewhere with one of these, then that can be a root cause of your IBS and your gut health. Of course, it's different for everyone, and we can't always do a one size fits all approach. A lot of time focusing on different areas, and also knowing your history as well can really help which ones you have to address first. If you're someone that's had antibiotics, then you know for a fact your gut bacteria is messed up. If you have, you've done PPIs and acid suppressing drugs, then stomach acid is going to be a major one. Although I would make sure the gut lining is good before you do stomach acid stuff. But yeah, and I know you guys are probably wondering, wow, this is a lot of stuff. How the hell do I now go on and fix this? Well, I will explain that in a later video. But again, if you go down to the description below, there's going to be a video of how I can potentially help you. You can work with me. I can go over these things for you, and I can help you, coach you through these things. So if you want to book a free call, then please feel free to do so. You can watch the video and learn how to do that. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, then leave them down below. Hopefully that's just a quick summary of where you might want to start looking. And a lot of people say that, I've changed my diet and I'm still getting issues. Well, there's 10 other pillars you've got to focus on. So you need a holistic, comprehensive approach when it comes to gut health. And trust me, this isn't that difficult. Healing the gut lining, stomach acid and gut bacteria aren't that difficult. Sometimes it can take a little while, especially gut bacteria. It can take up to 6 months to rebuild it, especially if you've had antibiotics a lot. But don't let this scare you. This is just to give you some clarity of where you can start looking. But yeah, hopefully that makes sense, guys. If you want my extra help, there's going to be a link down below which you can guys watch a little free training video that should explain how I can potentially help you in this. And if you want my help, then I'm there. I have many other clients which I'm helping at the moment improve their gut by following this framework. So yeah, any questions, leave them down below. I'll be making more videos specifically how you can address these issues and different acid reflux, why that's stomach acid like I mentioned, and just educating you guys, and hopefully that makes sense. Cool. Yeah, I'll see you in the next one.